abstract expressionist painter. I've been painting for 17 years. I started in 2002. I had never painted before and never was trained as an artist formally. I started painting on my own and basically developed my own approach to creating art. I was actually working in France, living here in Sudbury, but traveling and working with a Scottish-based consulting firm out of France, and we were doing team development, coaching leaders, facilitation, and I went out to dinner one night at a small restaurant in France, and the lady I was with is a coach, and she said, "Paddy, if you weren't doing the leadership work and team development work and facilitation, what would you do?" And all of a sudden, the idea of being a painter popped into my mind. And then she asked me a follow-up question, what's the day in the life of a painter like? And I described what my day would be like back in Sudbury painting. And actually that was like an aha moment for me. Came back to Sudbury, cleaned off an old art table that I used for drawing, and bought supplies and started painting. I didn't start off as an abstract artist. I was actually drawn to an artist, his name's Jack Vetriano. I had seen a painting he had done called The Billy Boys. It's three men walking down this beach, and I just really liked how he composed the paintings. I went out and bought a ton of his posters, replication, because I could never afford that art. He's quite successful commercially. And framed them and thought, I'm going to paint like Jack, because he taught himself to paint. And he started painting at 35, I started painting at 46, so I was kind of identifying with him. But I got really frustrated, and I went to another artist and I talked about my frustration, and she gave me an excellent piece of advice. She said, "Paddy, maybe you're not supposed to paint like Jack Vetriano, maybe you're supposed to paint like Paddy O'Sullivan, so why don't you just put some paint on a canvas, start pushing it around, see what happens." What I've come to learn is actually rarely use a brush, often use palette knives, but almost any tool can be used for creating art. Anything that you can push paint with, pull paint with, spread paint with. So I actually like to go into hardware stores, Canadian Tire, the dollar stores looking for different instruments, but sponges, different types of sponges, different types of spreaders. The thing I couldn't live without in the studio is music. So music is used by many artists, but I use it as well. Where does most of my creativity come from? Here's my personal belief. It was always in me, and it just needed to be released. So I think there's a creative intelligence in us all that the only difference between artists and other folks who don't think they're artists is that artists make it at their intention to create. But I think the intelligence and the creativity is in all of us. So all you have to do is go into a kindergarten classroom or watch a really young child create, and they create with total inhibition. And if you went in and asked them how many are painters, all of them would put up their hands. There's everything in nature, including people, that inspire me. So what I've come to realize as I've started to create art is that my body picks up energy. It picks up energy from, being out on the water, being in the bush, hiking, doing things physically in the outdoors. My dream project would be this: to purchase a tract of land on Manitoulin Island and build a circular studio where the floor of the studio would almost be like the skin of a drum, not loose like the skin of a drum, but open to vibrational signals, so you could fill the studio with sound, and the floor would start to pick up some of that sound energy. And as I stood creating in that circle, it would almost be like an amplifier, amplifying energy through me onto the canvas. And I think the thing I'm most proud of is that I paid attention to that voice inside of me that said, you're a painter, and get painting. I think the thing that I enjoy most is chatting with people after they've viewed a painting, and they'll say things like, I'm not drawn to abstract art, but I am drawn to your art. Artists on Elgin is a place that you can come and look at my work.